Everybody, and welcome to a road trip weekend. This is what tomorrow's gonna look like for me. This is a 3-hour, 19-minute drive, about 200 miles from Phoenix to a cool little mining town down here in the corner of the state, just past Tucson, called Bisbee. You can see how close it is to the Mexico border here. And I'm gonna detour just slightly to take a little stint down here to Sierra Vista to drop off a friend on the way there. So let's see how this goes. The purpose of the trip is an anniversary of sorts. So you can see here on my hard drive, I've saved some pictures from January 2013. That was one of my last trips to Bisbee, just over exactly 10 years ago. So we're gonna meet up with Jason Puella from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Now, when he and I did this 10 years ago, he was driving an Acura Coupe, 6-speed manual. Look at that. That was the day that I stopped in torrential downpours and checked out a Subaru SVX for my friend Mark. On top of that, stopped in Tombstone for some pictures at the Boot Hill Graveyard. A lot of cool historic old mining town relics along the way there. But this is a glimpse into downtown Bisbee. We're going to recreate some of these same pictures 10 years later. My guess is that the city hasn't changed a heck of a lot, just because it's pretty much frozen in time anyway. But we're gonna have some fun with this, and we'll let you know how it goes. So come along for the ride. By the way, last time I took this trip in the Coupe, it was about 518,000 miles. You can see when I zoom in on the interior here. So we're at 585, we'll roll 585 tomorrow. Obviously the car has not driven a ton in the last decade because it's not my primary daily driver anymore. But I am looking forward to stretching its legs. It hasn't really left town much since the last major adventure to Wichita, Kansas last year for the National Acura Legend meet. So let's get on the road. This is the Loves in Benson, Arizona. Just exited I-10. I'll actually be staying off the interstate for the rest of the trip. About 52 miles is all to go the rest of the way to Bisbee, but I'm gonna stop quickly at Tombstone. I'm gonna show you guys a little taste of the Wild West while we're down here in southern Arizona. We made it. There's the graveyard, and you can pay a little admission fee and wander through some of the old headstones. I don't know how much of this stuff is actually true to, let's say, the 1800s, but it's a fun little tourist trap anyway. Let's go check it out. Unfortunately, I don't have any cash on me, and the $3 admission does not accept plastic, so we're gonna just cruise onward. But I did want to recognize we're at the legendary Boot Hill Graveyard in a legend. So I just had to have a conversation with this guy over here about that. He's wondering why I was taking pictures with my car. Little roadside Americana for you. I think this used to have, I'll check my pictures, but there was an archway that went right here that said Wyatt Earp's Old Tombstone, and they've removed that, and it looks like the buildings have kind of gone downhill a little bit, but still a fun little step back in time. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to park here on a side street, but I want to introduce you to the downtown district of Tombstone, which has actual gunfight reenactments and other sort of period correct activities. They intentionally keep the road unpaved, which is interesting, but I seem to have arrived just in time for not only a parade, ooh, nice looking Ford Lightning, but some cowboys and local residents coming down the street here. Take a stroll down here on the boardwalk. Oh, do you guys see what I see up here? I can't believe I just walked into this. Tombstone, Ghosts and Legends. Go figure. Here we are.
And now coming up behind the vigilantes are the vigilantes. They are the true boss.
This is the entrance to the old Tombstone area where you can see some more gunfight stuff and buy your fair share of souvenirs if you want. This cowboy over here riding around on a one wheel. Pretty sure they didn't have that in 1885. This guy's got a good mode of transportation though. I believe I'm gonna step into the Crystal Palace Saloon for a quick bite to eat before heading the rest of the way to Bisbee. What is all this racket? Oh. Ended up grabbing the taco salad. We will continue the journey. It's only about 24 miles to Bisbee from here, so working our way that direction. See what else we find along the way. There's a cool little vintage ride. Just a few miles to go, about 8 miles. This was a photo recreation spot from a picture I took 10 years ago in 2013. All right, looks like we made it. This is it. Now I recognize it. This is the street where Jason and I did photos back in the day, so we'll try and recreate that. Funny, I was looking at this on Street View and I saw that TL. Maybe it's somebody who works here. Anyway, welcome to Bisbee. This is an old mining town. The hotel that we're staying at tonight was built in 1902. It's called the Copper Queen. This was a big boom town in the mining industry back in the day, and now it's primarily just for fun. As you can see, it's loaded with tourists here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Lots to wander around and check out. Fancy meeting you here.
I know.
I almost wore that shirt. In fact, I think I brought it.
Oh, really?
Here's a home sweet home for tonight. This is called the Copper Queen, and we're gonna go check in. Well, it's not time to check in yet, but we'll scope out the lobby. And unfortunately, there's no parking here, at least on site. So we're gonna have to keep our cars at the off-site lot up the street. But it looks like a really cool spot. Here's the lobby at Copper Queen. Looks like the saloon is to the right, so we might check that out later this evening.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. And here's the front lobby in all its glory.
Cadillac, I got a picture. I got it.
We just successfully made an attempt at a drive-by, Jason and I, recreating the photo from 10 years ago. Actually 10 years and 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So thanks to Tom and Rory for doing some video work for us on the side. And yeah, so we're gonna take it easy this afternoon, go wander downtown Bisbee a little bit more and see what we can find. Just got checked in here for room 216, so let's head upstairs and find it. Wow. Vintage. Not bad. Dinner is served at Contessa's Cantina. We're gonna check this place out, see what we can find on the local menu. So there's a lot of events here that have to do with stair climbing. Across the way from our restaurant here, you see this really steep staircase. It starts down here at the bottom and it goes way up, still going, still going. Where's the top? I can't even see where that thing ends up. But yeah, definitely a good cardio workout to get all the way up that thing. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. Jason and I just checked out of the Copper Queen. Thankfully, no paranormal activity in room 216 today, but a lot of bikers in town. We're gonna go, unfortunately, the parking lot we're in expires at 6 a.m. So that calls for an early wake-up call to go get the cars out. But it's okay because we have some photos to recreate this morning as the sun comes up here in the next 30 or 40 minutes anyway. One of the quirky things about this Legend is the gas light comes on for no reason. I have almost a full tank here and it's giving me a low fuel light, but Jason and I have a few minutes before sunrise and we decided to explore some of these back roads up here. A lot of really steep, narrow passageways for these homes built on the hillside. And this one happened to be a dead end, so we're winding our way back down as the sun starts peeking over the horizon. But this would be a sketchy place to meet another car head on and have to back up. This is what you call photo recreation on a Sunday morning. Jason and I took a picture here 10 years ago. Although at that time he had an Acura Coupe manual parked over here and I was over here. We noticed there's some reconfiguration of the signs here over the last decade, but otherwise this community looks pretty much exactly the same as we remember it. And it's a sleepy little mining town at this hour. Just so you get an appreciation of what we're trying to do here, I'm gonna have Jason show you his camera with the picture from 2013 and then what we did right now. So let me hold it up. All right, so see this? We noticed I was standing with my leg up right there. Jason had, the signs are different because the weight limit sign is now below the 5 mile-an-hour limit sign, but we're pretty darn close. Thanks, Jason. Pulled over to get a glimpse of the mine, but check out this huge open pit down here. I don't know how deep that goes, but pretty incredible industry that happens here in southern Arizona. Just heading to breakfast in a little town called Lowell. I'll show you what it's all about when we get there. So we're sitting here getting ready to look at the menu and order, and Jason says, "Tyson, what is that?" He points to the wall above the cash register, and the picture on the wall in this restaurant has my car and Jason's Accord behind it. and it's a painting. Somebody made that painting with my legend on it. Unbelievable. So we're pretty sure, in fact I'm certain, the photo came off my blog, Drive to 5, back in 2013, and whoever the artist was must have found that photo, and there you have it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna backtrack my whole way.
We're gonna split ways now and take the road back to our respective destinations. Jason's headed to New Mexico, Tom is headed to Phoenix for just a couple days, then back to Wichita, so let's get on home. Home sweet home, and thanks for coming along for the ride. My ending mileage, let's take a peek and see where we ended up. Looks like 585, 395. Check back in next time.